Hello fans! Welcome back to the ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving deep into the dramatic twists and turns awaiting us in the episode airing on Tuesday, June 17, 2025. Port Charles is a hotbed of tension, secrets, and unexpected alliances, with characters facing critical crossroads that could change their lives forever. From Anna Devane's daring decisions to Jason Morgan's fiery confrontations, and a surprising proposal from Martin Gray to Tracy Quartermaine, this episode promises to keep fans on the edge of their seats. Let's unpack all the juicy details, explore hidden motivations, and speculate on what these developments mean for our beloved characters in this expanded look at the upcoming drama. Anna Devane's bold gamble, a game changer for Port Charles. First up, let's talk about the formidable Anna Devane, who is set to make an extreme move that could send shockwaves through the community. As a seasoned WSB agent and someone who has always played by her own rules, Anna is no stranger to high-stakes decisions. In this episode, her latest action appears to be driven by a desperate need to restore order amid escalating chaos at the police station. Sources hint that her decision might involve a risky alliance or a controversial tactic to force reconciliation between two of her most trusted officers. This isn't just about maintaining peace, it's about protecting the integrity of her team and ensuring that personal grudges don't derail their mission to keep Port Charles safe. Could Anna be overstepping her bounds, or is this the kind of tough love her colleagues desperately need? As we watch her navigate this treacherous terrain, it's clear that her actions will have ripple effects, possibly straining her relationships with those who question her methods. Josslyn Jack's dangerous mission, undercover intrigue with Hank Dalton. Meanwhile, Josslyn Jax finds herself entangled in a web of espionage as she continues her mission to uncover critical information about the enigmatic Professor Henry Hank Dalton. In a thrilling preview for Tuesday's episode, Josslyn is seen engaging in a heated exchange with her WSB handler, Vaughn, who appears wary of her bold strategy. Josslyn, determined and fearless, insists that if the intel she needs is on Hank's phone, she'll stop at nothing to retrieve it. This young woman's tenacity is admirable, but it also raises questions about the risks she's willing to take. Hank, known for his mysterious past and rumored connections to underground dealings, is not someone to underestimate. Josslyn's plan might involve getting closer to him than ever before, perhaps posing as a student or staging a seemingly accidental encounter at a local haunt. The tension in this storyline lies not only in whether she'll succeed but also in how far she's willing to blur ethical lines to achieve her goal. Will Vaughn's hesitance prove to be a warning she should heed, or will Josslyn's gamble pay off with game-changing revelations? Dante Falconeri and Harrison Chase, a clash of loyalties under Anna's watch. Over at the Port Charles Police Department, the rift between Dante Falconeri and Harrison Chase reaches a boiling point, and Anna is determined to put an end to their feud. Dante remains furious with Chase for keeping silent about Brooklyn Quartermaine's teenage pregnancy, a secret that has festered between them for months. The betrayal stings deeply, as Dante values transparency among friends and colleagues. On the other hand, Chase's internal struggle is palpable. He's torn between his duty to protect his wife's confidence and the brotherhood he shares with Dante. After all, how could he betray Brooklyn's trust when she poured her heart out to him in a vulnerable moment? The sanctity of marriage weighs heavily on Chase, and his silence was a testament to his commitment to her, even at the cost of his friendship. Anna, fed up with their inability to move past this conflict, takes a firm stance, locking them in a metaphorical corner until they hash out their differences. This confrontation, set to unfold in a charged scene, might reveal deeper truths about loyalty, friendship, and the burdens of secrets. Will they find common ground, or will Anna's intervention only deepen the wedge between them? Jason Morgan vs. Drew Kane, the battle of wills over Willow's future. The tension isn't limited to the police station. Expect fireworks as Jason Morgan unleashes his frustration on Drew Kane in a heated showdown. As Sonny Corinthos' loyal enforcer, Jason is fiercely protective of those he cares about, and his clash with Drew appears to center on Willow Corinthos. In a sneak peek, Jason warns Drew that there will be no compromise until Willow sees the situation for what it truly is. The specifics remain shrouded in mystery, but this could tie into Willow's recent struggles, perhaps involving her health, her marriage to Michael, or even lingering family secrets. Jason's explosive reaction suggests that he believes Drew is either withholding critical information or making decisions that could harm Willow. Their confrontation is more than just a personal spat, it's a clash of values and priorities, with Jason's street-hardened perspective colliding with Drew's more calculated approach. As fans, we're left wondering if this altercation will fracture their already strained relationship further or if it might force them to confront uncomfortable truths together. One thing is certain, the stakes couldn't be higher. Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan, a moment of connection amid chaos. In a quieter but equally compelling storyline, Carly Spencer finds a rare moment of respite as she reconnects with Jack Brennan. Carly has been juggling multiple crises lately, from the emotional roller coaster of a custody hearing to the joyful yet overwhelming news of a new grandbaby in the family. Add to that the judge's recent ruling and Michael Corinthos' drastic plan to whisk the children out of the country, and it's no wonder Carly is craving a friendly air. Her catch-up with Jack offers a refreshing break from the turmoil, with the two sharing a warmth that hints at a long-overdue bond. In a poignant moment from the preview, Carly admits they should have done this a long time ago, suggesting a missed opportunity for deeper friendship or perhaps even unresolved feelings. Jack, with his own complex history in Port Charles, might provide Carly with a unique perspective on her current dilemmas, offering advice or simply a shoulder to lean on. This interaction, though seemingly small in the grand scheme of the episode, underscores Carly's humanity and her need for connection in a world that often feels like it's spinning out of control. Martin Gray's ingenious proposal, a win-win for Tracy Quartermaine. Finally, let's turn our attention to Martin Gray, who surprises Tracy Quartermaine with a bright idea that could resolve a lingering conflict. Known for her sharp wit and no-nonsense demeanor, Tracy isn't easily swayed, but Martin's suggestion seems to pique her interest. In the preview clip, there's a flicker of contemplation in Tracy's expression as she listens to his proposal that promises a solution where neither side loses, while details are scarce. This could relate to the ongoing custody battle involving Michael and Willow, or perhaps a business deal tied to the Quartermaine empire. Martin, ever the strategist, likely sees an opportunity to broker peace while securing his own standing with Tracy. His idea might involve a creative legal maneuver, a compromise that protects the children while respecting parental rights, or even a financial arrangement that benefits all parties. Tracy's willingness to consider his plan hints at a potential shift in her typically uncompromising stance. Could this be the start of a new alliance between these two cunning minds, or will hidden agendas unravel their tentative agreement? As we gear up for the June 17th episode of General Hospital, it's clear that Port Charles is bracing for a storm of emotional and dramatic upheavals. Anna Devane's extreme measures, Josslyn Jack's dangerous undercover mission, and the explosive clash between Jason Morgan and Drew Kane are just the tip of the iceberg. Add to that the personal struggles of Dante and Chase, Carly's heartfelt moment with Jack, and Martin's intriguing pitch to Tracy, and you've got a recipe for must-see television. Each storyline weaves together themes of loyalty, risk, and the complex dance of personal and professional entanglements. What will Anna's bold move mean for her future at the PCPD? Can Josslyn outsmart Hank Dalton without losing herself in the process? And will Tracy's consideration of Martin's idea mark a turning point for the Quartermaines? Next, we're delving into the explosive drama brewing in Port Charles as Jason Morgan takes an unyielding stand against his twin brother, Drew Kane, and a battle over Willow Tate's future. The gloves are off, and the tension is palpable as years of simmering family conflicts and protective instincts collide in a storyline that promises heartbreak, revelations, and high-stakes confrontations. Jason's refusal to back down signals a turning point for Willow, Drew, and the entire Corinthos Quartermaine clan. Let's dive into the intricacies of this deeply personal feud, explore the hidden layers of manipulation, and uncover the devastating parallels to past traumas that make this storyline so gripping. Buckle up, fans, because this is one emotional roller coaster you won't want to miss. Jason Morgan's unbreakable stance, a brother's betrayal. In the heart of Port Charles, a storm is raging, and Jason Morgan stands at its epicenter, drawing a line in the sand that no one, not even family, can cross. After witnessing what he believes to be a calculated campaign by Drew Kane to isolate Willow Tate from her loved ones, Jason has reached his breaking point. This isn't just a disagreement between brothers, it's a moral stand rooted in Jason's deep-seated need to protect those he cares about. For months, he's observed Drew's actions with growing alarm, subtle maneuvers that have severed Willow's ties to the Quartermaine family, distanced her from her own children, and place Drew as the sole anchor in her turbulent life. Jason, with his street-smart intuition honed by years of navigating danger, sees a darkness in Drew's behavior that he cannot ignore. This isn't the first time he's faced such a threat, but the fact that it's coming from his own twin makes the betrayal cut deeper than ever. Will Jason's resolve be the wake-up call Willow needs, or will it fracture their family beyond repair? Drew Cain's web of deception, manipulation unveiled. As we peel back the layers of Drew Cain's actions, a disturbing pattern emerges on that Jason believes reeks of deliberate control. According to Insider Buzz, Drew has employed an arsenal of psychological tactics to keep Willow under his influence, from whispered lies to carefully orchestrated isolation. Whispers among fans point to a particularly damning incident, a mysterious phone call Drew allegedly made, potentially fabricating a story that Corinthos refused to visit Willow during her time in Germany. If true, this lie could be the linchpin of Drew's manipulation, painting Michael as uncaring and positioning Drew as her sole savior. Beyond this, Drew's subtle but relentless efforts to distance Willow from her children and the Quartermain support system paint a picture of a man obsessed with dominance rather than genuine care. In private moments, Drew might justify his actions as protecting Willow, but to Jason and many fans, it's a power play pure and simple. If Jason uncovers concrete proof of Drew's deceit, the fallout could be catastrophic, potentially driving Drew out of Port Charles for good. Willow Tate's isolation, a heartbreaking transformation. Perhaps the most tragic element of this saga is Willow Tate herself, a woman who has endured so much yet now seems a shadow of her former self. Once a pillar of strength and warmth, Willow appears to have been reshaped by Drew's influence into someone who prioritizes him above all else, even her own children. In a gut-wrenching court testimony glimpsed in recent episodes, she openly admitted to placing Drew's needs over her parental responsibilities. A statement that shocked those who know her true character. This isn't the Willow who fought tooth and nail for her family. This is a woman so ensnared by psychological manipulation that she can't see the web closing around her. Her isolation is completely off from friends, family, and even her own instincts. She's become a pawn in Drew's game. Jason, watching this unravel, feels a visceral need to intervene, driven by memories of the vibrant, independent Willow who once stood tall against adversity. Can he break through the fog of manipulation before it's too late? Echoes of past traumas, Shiloh Archer's shadow looms large. What makes Drew's behavior even more chilling are the eerie parallels to Willow's past trauma under the control of cult leader Shiloh Archer. Fans will recall how Shiloh preyed on Willow's vulnerabilities, positioning himself as her sole source of understanding while stripping away her autonomy. Jason sees history repeating itself in Drew's tactics, convincing Willow that he alone truly gets her, while systematically dismantling her connections to the outside world. This isn't mere coincidence, it's a calculated echo of a playbook that once nearly destroyed Willow's life. Drew might not be running a cult, but his actions carry the same sinister undertones, control masked as care, and isolation disguised as protection. Social media has been abuzz with fans drawing these comparisons, with many calling for Drew to face a reckoning for mirroring such toxic behavior. Jason, who has battled manipulative figures in the past, recognizes these red flags from a mile away, fueling his relentless drive to save Willow from yet another predator. Even if that predator shares his blood. Jason's protective legacy, a history of stepping up. Jason Morgan's refusal to compromise isn't just about the present, it's deeply rooted in his history as a protector of the vulnerable. Over the years, he's been a shield for countless loved ones in Port Charles, from Robin Scorpio during her darkest hours to Elizabeth Weber when she faced threats to her safety. Each time, Jason's instinct to stand firm, even at personal cost, has defined him as a guardian. Now, with Willow, that same fierce protectiveness surges to the forefront, intensified by the personal stakes of family ties. He's seen what happens when manipulation goes unchecked, and he's haunted by the thought of Willow losing everything to Drew's influence. And like past battles, this fight pits him against his twin, making every decision a painful balancing act between loyalty to blood and loyalty to what's right. Jason's hardline stancheno family gatherings, no feigned civility, no middle ground, underscores his belief that only a dramatic intervention can snap Willow out of her haze. Will his past experiences guide him to victory, or will this personal conflict prove to be his toughest challenge yet? The reckoning ahead, a catalyst for truth. At the core of Jason's ultimatum lies a potential turning point for Willow, a chance to see the truth about Drew's actions through the eyes of someone who refuses to sugarcoat the situation. By taking such a firm stand, Jason isn't just protecting Willow, he's forcing a long overdue reckoning that could shatter the illusions Drew has built. If Jason uncovers proof of Drew's alleged lie about Michael, it could serve as the ultimate weapon, a smoking gun that exposes Drew's manipulations for all to see. Imagine the moment Willow learns the truth, the pain of betrayal mingled with the clarity of realization, potentially sparking her journey back to independence. This confrontation isn't just a clash of brothers, it's a catalyst that might finally open Willow's eyes to the toxic dynamic she's trapped in. For fans, the question looms large: will Jason's gamble pay off, or will it push Willow further into Drew's grasp out of defiance or denial? The stakes couldn't be higher as this family drama hurtles toward an explosive climax. Final thoughts: a battle for Willow's soul. As the tension escalates in Port Charles, Jason Morgan's unyielding stand against Drew Cain sets the stage for a showdown that could redefine family ties and personal loyalties. From Drew's disturbing manipulations to Willow's heartbreaking isolation, and the chilling echoes of Shiloh Archer's tactics, this storyline is a masterclass in emotional depth and dramatic conflict. Jason's protective instincts, forged by years of safeguarding those in need, drive his refusal to compromise. While the potential discovery of Drew's lies could be the key to freeing Willow from his influence, what will become of this fractured family? Will Willow rediscover her strength, or will Drew's control tighten further? Tune into ABC General Hospital to witness every heart-wrenching moment, and join us here for all the latest spoilers, speculations, and insider scoops. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Jason can save Willow, or is Drew's hold too strong to break? Next, we're diving into the heart-wrenching aftermath of the Corinthos vs. Corinthos custody battle that has left Port Charles and fence reeling with emotion. In a dramatic turn of events, Willow Corinthos has lost custody of her children, Wiley and Amelia, to Michael Corinthos, sparking intense debate and raw feelings among viewers. This fictional storyline mirrors real-life struggles, evoking powerful reactions as it explores the devastating impact of family court decisions, manipulation, and the emotional toll on all involved. Join us as we unpack this controversial plot, delve into the motivations behind each character's actions, and weave in deeper context and new elements to enrich this compelling saga. Let's explore the pain, the betrayals, and the complex dynamics that make this story resonate on such a profound level. A mother's despair, Willow's devastating loss in court. The courtroom drama in Port Charles reached a gut-wrenching climax this week as Willow Corinthos faced the unimaginable, losing custody of her beloved children, Wiley and Amelia. The judge's ruling, which granted full custody to Michael Corinthos, left Willow shattered, her tear-streaked face a haunting image of a mother torn from her little ones. This decision wasn't just a legal outcome, it was a personal blow that stripped Willow of her core identity as a nurturing parent. Behind the scenes, rumors swirl that the court's verdict hinged on testimony painting Willow as unstable, possibly due to her recent life choices and tumultuous relationship with Drew Cain. The emotional weight of this loss is palpable. Imagine Willow standing outside the nursery window at the Quartermain mansion, unable to even hug her children goodnight. For fans, this moment raises uncomfortable questions about fairness in family court, even in a fictional setting. Is this ruling truly in the best interest of Wiley and Amelia, or has a flawed narrative skewed the outcome? Michael's victory, the triumph or a calculated blow? On the other side of this battle stands Michael Corinthos, now awarded full custody of Wiley and Amelia, but at what cost? Michael's demeanor during the trial was steely, driven by a fierce determination to protect his children from what he perceives as Willow's reckless decisions. Sources suggest Michael's legal team presented damning evidence, including Willow's prioritization of her relationship with Drew over her parental duties, which tipped the scales in his favor. Yet, there's a darker undertone to his when whispers of personal vendetta color his actions. As if this custody fight was less about the children's well-being and more about punishing Willow for moving on. Picture Michael at home, tucking the kids into bed, while grappling with the nagging guilt of whether his harsh courtroom tactics went too far. For longtime viewers, Michael's actions recall his own complex family history with Sonny Corinthos, where control and loyalty often blurred ethical lines. Has Michael crossed into territory where victory feels hollow, or does he genuinely believe this is the best path for his children? Twisted narratives, lies, and misinformation in the courtroom. The Corinthos versus Corinthos case wasn't just a battle of parents, it was a war of narratives, with truth becoming a casualty amid twisted tales and half-truths. Insiders reveal that both sides wielded misconstrued information, with Willow's relationship with Drew painted as dangerously negligent, while Michael's testimony may have exaggerated her shortcomings to sway the judge. Imagine the courtroom tension as accusations flew Willow's camp, alleging Michael manipulated events to appear as the more stable parent, while Michael's side countered with claims of Willow's emotional unavailability. This fictional storyline echoes real-world custody battles where incomplete pictures and outright lies can devastate lives, leaving children caught in the crossfire. The tragedy here lies in how Wiley and Amelia, too young to fully grasp the proceedings, become pawns in a game of perception. Could a single misrepresented detail have altered the entire outcome? And what does this say about the system's ability to protect the most vulnerable? Emotional fallout, the children's hidden pain. At the heart of this custody drama are Wiley and Amelia, innocent bystanders whose emotional well-being hangs in the balance. Though young, these children are not immune to the upheaval around them. Think of Wiley clutching his favorite teddy bear, asking why mommy isn't coming home, or Amelia's quiet confusion as familiar routines shatter. Willow, in her haste to build a new life with Drew, may have neglected the subtle signs of their distress, dragging them along without considering their need for stability after so much change. On the other hand, Michael's aggressive pursuit of custody might have blinded him to the emotional cost of separating them from their mother. A poignant rumor suggests that Wiley has started drawing pictures of a broken family at daycare, a silent cry for normalcy. This storyline forces us to confront a harsh reality. In battles like these, children often bear the deepest scars, their voices unheard amid adult conflicts. How will Wiley and Amelia cope with this seismic shift? And will either parent truly prioritize their healing over personal grudges? Willow and Drew, her relationship under scrutiny. Much of the courtroom drama circled back to Willow's controversial relationship with Drew Kane, often dubbed Despicable Drew by fans for his perceived role in her downward spiral. Their whirlwind romance, which unfolded with lightning speed after her split from Michael, was presented as evidence of Willow's poor judgment, casting her as an unfit mother in the eyes of the court. Picture tense moments where Willow defended her choices, insisting Drew brought her happiness, while flashbacks showed her prioritizing late-night dates over bedtime stories with Wiley and Amelia. Drew, for his part, seems oblivious to the collateral damage, perhaps even encouraging Willow to focus on their bond rather than her maternal duties. Fans speculate that Drew's influence mirrors toxic patterns, with some theorizing he subtly pushed Willow to distance herself from her old life to secure his place in her world. Does Drew truly care for Willow, or is he an opportunist exploiting her vulnerability at the worst possible time? Michael's ruthless tactics, hurting Willow to win. Michael's path to custody wasn't without its shadows, as his courtroom strategy revealed a colder, more calculated side of the Corinthos heir. Beyond presenting evidence of Willow's missteps, Michael's testimony reportedly included personal jobs designed to wound, perhaps dredging up past mistakes or framing her relationship with Drew as a moral failing rather than a personal choice. Imagine the judge's stern face as Michael recounted moments of Willow's absence from key family events, each word a dagger to her heart. Some fans believe Michael's actions stem from lingering pain over their failed marriage, turning this custody battle into a revenge play disguised as paternal concern. There's a rumored scene where Michael privately admits to a confidant, possibly Carly Spencer, that he felt he had no choice but to go for the jugular to protect his kids. Yet, this ruthlessness begs the question, has Michael sacrificed his own integrity to win? And will the guilt of hurting Willow haunt him in the aftermath? Parallels to real-life struggles, a mirror to painful realities. While the Corinthos custody saga is fictional, its themes resonate deeply with real-world experiences of family court battles, where outcomes can feel arbitrary and devastating. The story highlights how easily lies, arrogance, and partial truths can tip the scales, leaving parents and children in emotional ruin. Think of countless real-life cases where a mother, despite her flaws, loses her children to a system that overlooks context, like a struggling single mom deemed unfit while abusers retain rights. In Port Charles, Willow's missteps with Drew don't erase her love for Wiley and Amelia. Yet the court's harsh judgment mirrors how real parents can be stripped of their roles based on incomplete narratives. Fans have taken to forums to share personal stories of custody fights, echoing the pain of being blamed for children's sadness or facing manipulative ex-partners who twist every word to their advantage. This storyline serves as a stark reminder that no one wins when families are torn apart, fictional or not. How can Port Charles and we as viewers find a path to healing when the wounds cut so deep? The road ahead. Can Willow reclaim her family? As the dust settles on this courtroom bombshell, the future for Willow, Michael, and their children remains uncertain. Willow's loss could be a devastating end, or it might ignite a fiery determination to prove herself and fight for visitation or joint custody. Imagine her late-night conversations with a supportive friend, perhaps Nina Reeves, vowing to rebuild her life and show the court she's a capable mother. Meanwhile, Michael might face the weight of his actions, balancing the joy of having Wiley and Amelia with the ache of knowing he's caused Willow immense pain. There's a whispered plot twist that an appeal or new evidence possibly exposing Michael's harsh tactics could reopen the case, offering Willow a lifeline. For now, the children's emotional health remains the unspoken priority, with both parents needing to step back from their work to focus on healing their little ones. What lies ahead for the Corinthos family? Will reconciliation ever be possible, or has this battle created permanent divides?